Welcome back to the channel. So glad to have you here. I am Kathy, and we are on this journey. It is November 17th, and we are attempting to complete the NaNoWriMo challenge, which is National Novel Writing Month challenge for traditionally November. The organization doesn't exist anymore, and I am not a writer. So maybe none of the things align, but it has been fun to come in to stream and to get a good 30 minutes of writing time under my belt. Just for those who are attempting this, let us know in the comments and what has helped you become successful. I know for me, having the commitment of live streaming is helping. It's going to be tough this week because, as I mentioned, I think a previous day, I do have a lot of after school commitments. And sometimes, I get home fairly early after school, maybe not as early as teachers because I got to wait for every last bus to come in. But I have a couple game duties. So between wrestling and basketball, so my time I know will be a little later. I was trying to do 7, but I had to come in. I ate dinner, had to settle, and I figure I can give myself a good half hour to dig into my story. Kind of excited about my story because I was spending a lot of time with my main protagonist, Kayla, and her inner world as a tween. I think she's about 12, so 12, 13, and the different things she goes through. And because I work in a middle school and have so for the last 24 years, have some little bit of insight. So I figure hopefully if I ever get this to the point of a novel that it would be for kind of young adults. But now I'm diving into Reggie's kind of backstory, going back to the 60s, and what kind of makes him tick. And then I can bring them back together. It I know where I want it to go. I'm going off on all these tangents, but that's the fun part of this because I'm just writing and not doing a lot of editing. The editing will come later. Maybe that's the challenge for December is to just actually edit it. And if you've been with me on the journey, I know I talked about perhaps the format being different because a part of me almost sees it like a play and another part of me could see it as a movie, as a screenplay. So I have experience with those formats. So who knows? Maybe I will convert it, but I need to get the story kind of down. And once I get it out of my head and then onto the paper, I can go back and actually make the tweaks. I think I've even mentioned I know it needs heavy editing because a couple times I'm talking from the perspective of the character, then I switch from like a third person. So I know that's an inconsistency that I know is there. But again, I was more focused on I got to tell this story. So if you are trying the challenge, tell your story. Get the story out. Worry about the edits later. That's the one thing I do love about morning pages. If you are familiar with The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and they talk about morning pages where you just go in 3 pages, just kind of word dump out your life. And I have been doing that, which can free me up to actually write the novel when I get all the, oh, I'm worried about this bill, and oh, I got to make that doctor's appointment. Oh, I got to call about my car because, oh gosh, don't even get me started about my car. That's a tangent. I can go off on, and nobody really cares. But it's a fairly new car and it's already in the shop. I ran over a rock or something on the road and it wrecked or put a giant hole in the coolant system. So, anyway, not while we're here. We are here to write. So, let me give that 30-minute window space so I can get some words on the page. Oh, it always, always happens. I get deep in the process and the time is up and I get to take a little bit of a break, but it has been a really long day. I'm exhausted, but I thank you for checking out these sessions as we do the NaNoWriMo. And I encourage you to write and keep writing, even if you're like me, you're not a writer, but why not give yourself a challenge? And here is my tip to you: a month is a long, long time. And if that seems too intimidating, just take it in chunks. Do a 3 day writing challenge. See how it feels to you, and also see what your rhythm is. Because I know for me, I probably don't have the attention span to spend 2, 3 hours writing. 30 minutes I can commit to. I can get some words on the paper. So that's what I'm giving myself, 30-minute chunks. What I find is sometimes if I am so into the story, even when I log off as far as not streaming, I may play back the music you just heard and take another 30 minutes and write. But I know I do have a very, very long day tomorrow, so I am going to call it quits because it's past my bedtime. That's where getting old is not fun, folks. it, there's this sweet spot, I think, where I was able to stay up ridiculous hours, and maybe that was somewhere between the age of 25 and maybe 30. I think I had 5 good years because prior to that, I couldn't stay up late. Like my goal was always to watch till the end of Saturday Night Live, but thank God for VHS tapes because I could never hang. I couldn't hang when I was younger when I wanted to watch it. And then when I was old enough to stay up late, I was, you know, running in the streets and doing my party thing. So I didn't get to enjoy. But I found I could stay up later and I could feel like I could get more done and I could still get to work in the morning. Whereas in your 60s, it's like, phew, I need a nap. So I need to get ready for bed. I thank you for joining me. Again, we're on this challenge, on this quest. If you have a challenge or a quest that you are presenting yourself with for the month of November, please let us know in the chat. Also, if you are a writer, leave a comment. Any suggestions that you have that make the process easier or that you've found success with, I would love, love to hear it. I've been so inspired because I was in our media center today and I thought it was the coolest, coolest thing. Mrs. Campbell, our media specialist, actually had a book tasting, which I thought was just so cool and unique idea, and probably nothing new under the sun. But basically, she had these stations set up with different types of books, whether it was historical fiction or autobiographies or just different genres to pick from, and about, I don't know, 7 to 8 titles per table where the students were given like 5 minutes to kind of read the flap of the book, the story, maybe get into the first few pages just to see if it was something that again piqued their interest. And this was her way of kind of getting circulation up, especially when she found her eighth graders weren't taking out a lot of books. And I just thought that was like such an awesome, awesome idea, awesome experience. But for this experience, I'm learning, I'm growing. So as you come in, learn with me, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm in year 61, just still trying to figure it out. So if you're in that space, I welcome you. I thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow.